Hey, welcome back to Crimes and Closets. This is Christy in my closet in St. Louis.
And this is Beth in my closet in North Carolina.
How you doing, Beth?
Hey, yo. How you doing?
Good. I'm good, actually. Yeah, things are, the same. Nothing's really changed, but we're all
Except
in good
it's
moods.
October.
Oh, true. Yes.
It is the month of my birth.
Fall is coming. Yes,
coming.
technically it started, I guess, but it's actually starting outside. I don't know if it is by you.
Yeah, no, it's chilly-ish.
Yeah.
Depends on the day.
Well, yeah. Well, that's true. Because it was like 80 something on Saturday. But like today it was like 60 or maybe 70. But my yard is the only yard that looks like fall in the neighborhood. For some reason, my tree has like changed colors and is completely dropping. But I'm literally, I'm not kidding, the only house that has a house, like a yard full of leaves.
It's the death in that house.
Oh,
It's got to seep out somewhere.
Jeez.
Poor tree. Can't talk about murder all the time and not have consequences. That's all I'm saying.
True.
October is my favorite month, I think.
Well, because it's your birth month.
Because it's my birthday. That's my birth month.
Mm-hmm.
So get ready to celebrate for 31 days.
I'm so excited to be recording with you this month. Every episode.
I'm always a party in October. So let me tell you my little school mom story that happened this past week with my kids. So we're still doing the virtual learning 100%. So none of my children are in school. So occasionally our kids' school will send out these notices. I think you get them too, where you have to pick up materials for the kids so that they can work on them for the following week or whatever. So my oldest is in 4th grade and his special, they do specials, right? Which specials are PE.
Art, music, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, art, music, PE, and a language and technology. So my 4th grader special is music. So I get a notice that I have to go and pick up, it's like an email, and it's like you have to come by, Thursday from 4:30 to 6:30 for like a drive-through pickup for some equipment that they need for 4th grade music. Does your head go anywhere? Does it go anywhere? Because I was like, oh my God, they're giving us recorders.
Yes, as I was just going to say, a recorder.
The year of the recorders is upon us. And my kids are stuck in my house. And he is going to have to be playing this freaking recorder all the time, which is like, I mean, I've been dreading this for years. I don't know how you feel about it, but I'm like.
Ours was last year. Xavier did his last year.
In 3rd grade?
I think
okay, so I go. I'm so nervous. I'm like, I'm not going to go. I'm not going to pick it up. I'm going to pretend like I didn't get the email. I'm not even going to say anything. I'm just be like, oh my gosh, I totally missed that. Yeah, right. Follow me for more parenting advice. But I did go and I picked it up and it wasn't a recorder. Apparently that happens in 5th grade.
Oh my gosh.
I was literally driving through the thing sweating. Like looking every time somebody would get something in front of me, I'm like, what is it? What is it? Does it look long and cylinder? What is the bag? It was something so that they could make percussion instruments. Praise Jesus Almighty. It is not a recorder. I don't have to do it. They're going to wait until 2021 for me. So my life has been saved. I don't have recorders, but I can't even tell you the panic text message that I sent and was like, did your kids do recorders in 4th grade? Tell me, did they do them? I need to know right now. What is our county's policy on this? Like, what is it? Does anybody know? All of my friends who went to pick up stuff before me, I'm like, text me when you get it. Text me as soon as you get it so that I know whether I need to go or not, or whether I need to lay low and pretend like I didn't get the email. I don't want a recorder in my house.
Oh my goodness.
I wasn't a good recorder player.
I wasn't either. I loved my recorder. And I'm pretty sure.
That's the problem.
Well, yeah. Uh-huh.
He
And
would dive in with his whole heart, and
right.
just be stuck here listening to it.
And I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty sure I got one in college when I was going through school. Like,
What?
I swear for some reason, oh no, I was probably like for a practicum because I actually had to like use it when I was teaching.
Oh, that's
I'm
even
like, I swear I
worse.
got one like as an adult, and I don't know where that is now, but
Well, if you
yeah,
found it, burn it. They're not wood anymore, but you do
I
what you
know they're
do.
plastic. So stupid.
I know. I was seriously like thinking in my head, like, it's not, I could make up this thing. Like, we can't go get your recorder because of COVID. And it's just not hygienic. And I can't bleach it enough to like allow you to blow in this. You're
Do they?
just going to have to miss out.
Oh, so we had to buy them. Like they're theirs, so they've never been used before.
Oh, yeah. I
Like
don't
when
know.
Xavier did it.
No,
Yeah.
I think they gave them out to the fifth grade kids.
Mm,
So, but they probably purchased one for everybody. But even
right.
so, I can say what I want.
Well, let me
Out.
ask you
So,
this. Do you want the recorder or would you like a viola?
I don't even know what that is. It's a stringed instrument.
Yeah, it's like a violin. It looks exactly like a violin, but I think it's like more it's
Oh,
like lower tones.
yeah, you have one playing this. Okay, yeah, I got a
Yes, that's what I'm
video.
wondering. Do you want the recorder or do you want the viola? Because sometimes when they hit that wrong key, they're like, "Ee!"
None of the above. I don't want none of it.
Yeah. hmm So, it's actually not bad. I mean, he does a pretty good job with it, but it's still like, oh my gosh, I got this big thing. And every now and then he starts playing, and I'm like, you got to go in the basement because everybody else is on Zooms and nobody can hear anything when you're playing this thing.
It's a whiny thing going on up here. All right, guys.
So,
Serial
anyway,
Killer September is beyond us now. Behind us.
yeah. Well, sort of behind us because we're about to talk about these serial
We
killers.
are. So we should say this episode, there is not a crime story. We are going to do a quickish recap of
Mhm.
all of the serial killers that we covered in September because we had a great time and we really loved it. And I think we got like a great suggestion from one of our listeners for a serial killer. So we just want to do a quick wrap up to talk about how nutballs that was and how we're going to how we're just going to put that behind us and wrap it all up in a nice cute little bow.
Good. Yeah. Oh, that's what we're doing. Okay. So, all right, let me get prepared. No, I'm
That's
just
what
kidding.
we're doing. So we covered over the month of September 4 fascinating serial colors.
Colors.
We
Colors too.
color them crazy.
hmm
We had Mr. Gacy. We had our old Ed Kemper, Todd Colehep, and Henry Wallace. Henry
I
Lewis
forgot his
Wallace.
last name when I was doing this. I mean, clearly I could listen to it and go back and remember it, but all I have next to my notes is Bad Henry. Bad.
Hammer. His name was Hammer.
Yeah.
He was a bad guy. So, let's go. Let's get into it. Tell me
All
what you
right.
think.
Well, I mean, I'll start with one of the things that I have written down on my list. I thought it was interesting to look at the ages in which they all had their first offense to see if they were, kind of similar. And funny, Kemper and Colehep both had their first offense at the age of 15.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, right. So Kemper had the grandma. He killed his grandma and grandpa.
Uh-huh. And
Todd.
Colehep kidnapped his neighbor and
Right.
raped her,
Right.
or attempted to, I guess I should say, sexually assaulted her.
Mhm.
And Gacy, so that, that's pretty young, 15. Gacy was 7 years old, if you remember, when he and like another friend fondled another little girl. Like he wasn't
Right.
charged for it, but technically like that's a, criminal act.
Mhm.
So,
Mhm. Sure.
but Bad Henry, he was 23. So he's a little bit behind the curve there.
Yeah.
I mean, that I remember with Wallace, unless you have a better
No, yeah. Oh man, still so super young though. Interesting that, Kemper and Todd too both got in trouble
Mm-hmm.
and were in the system. Kemper actually went to prison for killing his grandparents, and Todd went into a mental facility. Is that right?
Well, he went to a mental facility when he was younger because he was like an angry kid. But after this
Right.
offense, he spent 14 years in jail after that
Mm.
once he was 15. So,
Yeah, and it
yeah.
didn't cure him, huh?
No. Can you cure serial killerism?
I don't
So,
know. It is now.
rehabilitate, is that the actual word?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, it didn't work for these guys. I think something interesting about almost all of them is that they had very um, interesting relationships with parental figures.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
We have Gacy who has these parents who are very like somewhat domineering and abusive. Kemper's mama, as we know, was the horror Clarnell.
Mm-hmm.
And then Colehep, he had, not the greatest parents ever and was kind of shipped around
Yeah.
too to like his mom left, took him and dropped him with his dad. And then they went to his grandparents and, so they were all kind of like, he was just kind of like the left behind kid.
And in his
Wallace is
experience, he didn't like have a good experience at any of those places, like in his
right,
opinion. Yeah.
right. And then Bad Henry, he was like totally abandoned by his father. He didn't even know who his father was. And his mom was very domineering as well. So I think, you know, if you want to use that as a symptom of serial killerism, is that the word that we
Yes.
just made up?
Serial
Serial
killerism.
killerism. Yeah, they've all got that.
Right.
So,
Well, and piggybacking on that, it is a symptom to me because Gacy hated his dad, his victims, well, in my opinion, this is the reason, were boys. We're all boys.
yeah, right.
Kemper hated his
All
mom, so his
girls.
victims were
Yeah.
women. Um, Colehep, I don't know. This is probably a stretch, but because like it was both his parents and other people, he tended to go with couples. And again, I don't know if it really connects with Wallace because it was both his parents, but he was attacking women. So I don't know if he specifically
Well, I would think
meant that,
most,
but
yeah, but the mom was the most present. I mean, she was the only
right,
present
right,
parent for him.
right,
So,
right,
like, if he's going to blame it on anybody, you know what I
right,
mean? Like, he kind of blamed the fact that he didn't know his dad on his mom because she never told him who his dad was. And
right. True. Mm-hmm.
yeah, so his mom had the affair with the married man.
Oh,
So that's
right,
why he
right.
didn't know who his father was. So, and
Mm,
she like, he would like beg her to tell him and he wouldn't tell. So he's going to blame that on mom.
yeah,
Yeah. And then kills the women.
yeah. So yeah, I think that's pretty interesting that it relates. This is what's interesting is how many like things relate to all of them or like a majority of them. That's like the
Well, all four of our serial killers were okay. They all were super well liked people.
mm-hmm.
Their peers, their family, like all of the people respected them. They had secret lives essentially because they were all like not necessarily upstanding members of society, but they functioned. They
Well,
did well in their lives and like
yeah.
they were all smooth talkers, they were all smart, they all, had
Mm-hmm.
this way about them that would people trusted them
Yeah. Yeah.
for whatever
Gacy and
reason.
Kemper were upstanding members of their
And
communities.
Todd Colehep too.
Oh, not Kemper. I meant, sorry, Colehep and Gacy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, and Henry Wallace too. He, every job that he ever got, he rose to like a management position and, in all
Mm-hmm.
these fast food places. So like people really trusted them and that's just real freaky that
Yep.
they really walk among us, And it's kind of like
Yeah.
what they have to do. They have to like go out of their way to be a normal member of society in one life so that they can continue to serially commit these crimes. And people are like blown away by the fact that they have these secret lives.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very true.
Do you think we all know a serial killer?
You mean no? Because didn't we answer this question in our bonus episode that you said statistically we come in contact with one like every 5 years or something like that?
Yeah, I think it's 7 years. One every
But
7
you're
years.
talking like no one?
Like
Like
currently.
actually?
I tell you what, man, I feel like I could put some people on my list.
Mm.
People I know.
I know,
You're
I'm
not
trying to like rack my
one. You're not
brain.
one.
Thank you. I don't know. I mean, I do think highly of myself with my coffee cup that says best person ever on it right now.
Best person ever. My
probably
coffee
get
cup
away with
I
some stuff.
used this morning said grumpy but gorgeous.
That's
Which is
that
basically the same thing.
yeah. I like that one. I need to find that one.
It's from Target. It's from the Target.
Oh, mine is too. I just bought it last night.
Yeah.
So I want to go back to the fact that you mentioned Wallace and how he like rose the ranks, you know, and was a manager and stuff like that with the whole fast food thing. Let's go back to fast food. I find it interesting that in all but one case, fast food was specifically mentioned. Like clearly Wallace, manager of Taco Bell. Gacy managed the KFCs. And then in Colehep's case, Little Caesars was mentioned because that's what he specifically did. They didn't just say pizza that he fed his first kidnap victim. It was Little Caesars.
Hot and ready.
Yes. So I find that interesting that there was all some, so, you know, I just say stay away from fast food. Period.
It's true. It's true. Nothing good comes out of fast food. Except for right in the moment.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Because I could
Sorry.
eat a Little Caesars pizza right now. I don't think Little Caesars is open. Are they? Is that a thing? I don't think we have one here.
Oh, well, I haven't looked here, but we had one in Wisconsin because I would go and get that for the kids randomly.
Oh, Lord. You bought pizza from a serial killer.
I know, I did. Well, he didn't work there. He just bought it too. Maybe I was next to him in line or something.
So my one big giant umbrella of what encompasses all four of these men is that in every single one of these cases and every single one of these serial killers, they all confess to their crimes.
Yes.
All four of these guys are like loosey-gooseys with the tongue when it comes to getting caught. They're like, oh man, they've got me. Let me just sing my song and tell you guys everything that I have done in great detail. And we really would not even know about the majority of these victims had they not done that.
Right. They love to chat about it. They're like, let me just tell you, and you'll be so proud of me when you hear this.
Right. Like, yeah, they're just playing their recorder for all the world to hear. So gross. But like, yeah, Gacy, he writes this map, like draws a map to like lay out where all of the victims are under his house. Kemper, good grief, he calls the cops because he listens to the news and is like, nobody's talking about my murders. Let me call him and confess real quick. Colehep, canary, sings like a canary. I mean, about they never would have connected him to those Superbike murders.
Well, no. I mean, she mentioned it, the one that they rescued. So like, you know, they had like some sort of idea, but yeah, they never would have. They had no idea it was him. And he just was like bragging about everything that he did.
Yes, bragging. That's exactly right. And then Henry Wallace, they only had him connected to 4 victims at the time he was arrested, and he confessed to 7 other victims. So are they really smart?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, smart serial killer.
Yeah. Yeah.
That should be its own IQ pin.
It should be an IQ test, which let's now talk about the IQ because all but Bad Henry are above average. Bad Henry's, I don't.
Well, we don't
I
know
had to
even
look his
about
up.
him because I don't know
No,
that they ever like tested him.
I found his IQ
You
online. I
did?
looked it up because I wanted to know like if like what his was because we kind of talked about like how he wasn't, as on the level as those other three. So I was just curious. And his is a 92, which is average. He just is an average Joe, average Henry. But Gacy and Kemper both have 118.
Oh yeah.
No, not Kemper. Gacy and Kohlhepp. I keep saying Kemper.
Was like 140 some.
Yes. Kemper was 145. I'm sorry. When I get the K comes out, Kemper is what comes out of my mouth. But I meant Kohlhepp and Gacy have 118 IQ, which is above average, and Kemper's was 145. So he's like genius level.
Yeah.
So they, 3 out of the 4 are above level intelligence wise. But that's like, to me, book smart because you are not smart when you're singing about all the murders that you did that nobody knew that you did them, just to like tack on some more time.
Yeah, but they did have to be street smart to live these double lives.
Well, that's very true.
And of the ones that were like of all of our serial killers, Bad Henry was the one who was like the most, like he did the least amount of things to cover up his stuff. He was the least calculated. He was the least like, and I think that had to do a lot with him being a drug addict. Because a lot of, he would steal stuff and go buy drugs and it just kind of made him messy and like, but like he is the one with the lowest IQ and he was the messiest murderer, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's true.
That we had. Like he's really well, I mean, I guess they all got caught. But yes. His catch was like, there's no way you are not going to get pinned for these murders. You know what I mean? The other ones, it was like they really did have to talk.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Exactly.
Especially in order to become serial.
Right.
Yes.
And I think that's
serial
that's
killer
what it
is 3 or more with a cooling off period.
Yes. And so it's like they want to be they want to be known as more prolific. So they're like, okay, I didn't just kill these, 4 or 5 people. I killed these, all of these.
Blaze of glory.
Yes, exactly. Which, do you remember how many people all of these guys killed?
Probably. Do you want to quiz me?
Well, I don't have to quiz you, but I have them written down. I just didn't know if you because I just thought that would be interesting to see which Kemper and Henry were both at 10 from what
Well, 11 for Bad Henry, but he was only convicted of 9. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Kemper 10.
Kemper 10. I have 7 for Kohlhepp, but he says it's more. But he won't give any, he won't say anything or give any proof of that. But so he was convicted of 7. And then Gacy is 32.
Yeah.
Gross.
Oh, he wins.
Yes. He wins.
So Todd Kohlhepp, our realtor friend from South Carolina, I wonder what's going on with that land where he says that they'll never stop pulling bodies off the land. It was 90 some acres. And somebody could really make bank building like a Halloween haunted.
Oh my gosh, stop.
You would go. Don't act like you would not go.
Well, of course I would. I drove to Kohlhepp's. I can't even keep their names right. Gacy's house.
Yeah, I would totally go.
So, of course I would. I'm right now, I'm looking up his property and see what happens.
Watch it be for sale.
Oh, there you go. There's your acreage, Beth. You can have it.
No,
it's sold in 2018. It looks like for $500,000.
Oof. Really? That was not long ago.
No. Which is interesting. No, that's what I'm looking at. Sold to Strange Properties #1 LLC, according to
They're
property
a
records.
Halloween. They're totally a haunted house company. Wait for it. Wait for it. Oh
my
man, you
gosh.
heard it here first. I'm outing them. I'm gonna go. We were
Gosh, I
just
hope.
talking about all these haunted houses around here doing drive-through haunted houses.
Oh, are they?
Yes, and we have one picked out that we want to go to, my friends and I, and like now we're trying to pick who's gonna drive because we're like some of us are gonna drive and like run over somebody because our fight or flight,
I know.
responses are flight.
I'd be like
So
hitting the gas instead of the brake accidentally.
yes. So we're buying our tickets and saving bail money all at the same time.
Oh my gosh. Let me know when you guys go, so I'll sit by my phone just in case.
Yes.
I'll be there in 13 hours to get you out.
Oh, good. That'll work. I can last in jail 13 hours. It'll be my claim to fame. We can do a whole episode just on that. Yeah.
Oh gosh. Anyway.
All right. There they are.
Do you have anything else? I'm trying to think. I have all of their diagnoses written down, but they don't really, I mean, clearly everybody knows they're going to be diagnosed with some sort of mental disability and issue.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
They didn't
serial
really,
killerism.
Yeah, serial killerism. That's what connects them all because they all were not diagnosed with the same thing. So, but they all have serial killerism. We'll go with that.
Confirmed.
Confirmed.
Confirmed, and they were convicted. So,
yes. So,
yeah, I like it. We didn't talk about how Gacy and Kemper were both members of the same society, which we actually did not connect, guys, whenever we were doing the episodes, but they were both members of the JC.
Yeah, that it's like it was started for men, like young boys, young adults, men, whatever, to like become leaders in their communities. And Gacy was in it, through being political figure and whatnot, but then also became in like the jail version, which I guess there is a jail version of it. And that's what Kemper was part of, right? The one in jail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gacy's he's like the president of the serial killer club.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He really is.
Probably.
So many victims, and he's a politician. He functioned so well in society. It's phenomenal. He sold fried chicken to people, and they elected him.
He was the colonel.
He was the colonel. Yeah. Gross. And he was a clown.
Weirdo.
Such a blip. That's a little blip on his record there, I feel like.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
So gross.
Anyway.
That's what I got. So there's our serial killer. Oh, but we should say, hold on.
I was just, are you thinking the same one? Because I'm like, well, I don't know. What are you thinking? Okay. The homophobia.
Oh, that's true. Yes, they did.
We forgot to mention
them had that. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Gacy's
Well, Kohlhepp, I'm not sure about. I don't know that there was that issue with him, but Gacy, Kemper, and Henry, right? With their parents being worried they're going to be gay or are gay.
Well, Henry Wallace, Bad Henry's mom dressed him like a girl. I don't know what that was about. Then she made him be a cheerleader, which is fine. But like that coupled with the fact that she would dress him in his sister's clothes.
Right. Like she didn't want a boy.
Ooh, could it be?
Yeah.
Could it be she didn't like men and then she was like, I can't have this man in my house?
It's possible.
Rabbit hole. But I do want you to say, who is your favorite?
Oh gosh. Favorite. It's kind of sick. I might. I don't know. I think I'm gonna have to go with Gacy only because he was the first one that I really looked into, and he just fascinated me. And of course, clearly, because I got to go to this like outside of his house. So really like crime wise, I don't know that he's my favorite, but just the fact that I'm like, I went to that serial killer's house. That's why he's my favorite.
I think he's my favorite too.
Really?
Yeah, because he is the most professional serial killer. I think if you have somebody who is going to be a serial killer and it's like that is his one thing and that he had the most victims, he was the most successful in society. He really fooled everybody. He was married. There were children involved. I mean, it was just a whole nother level of a double life.
Yeah, it's true.
So, yeah, I think he wins for me too.
He's also the only one that was actually executed, right?
Yeah, he did. So we can we can say say he's our favorite because he has been brought to justice.
Yeah. So, yeah. Oh, very cool.
Okay, so that's it. Gacy's our number one. You guys have to let us know who your number one is as far as the serial killers that we covered.
Yeah, yeah. Comment on our post this week. Let us know.
Yeah, that's great. I like it.
Awesome.
So I do feel like we should say congratulations to the winner of our giveaway to end out our 30th episode in Serial Killer September. We gave away that super special mug. It's really
Take a picture
special
using it. Send it to us.
Please do. We need selfies. We will post them with permission. And yeah, we just really love your support. It's just been so much fun to take this ride with you. And Serial Killer September was really fun. We did it. We did it good. And now we're into our spooky Halloween stories. We have some great things coming in October.
Yes, we're doing a collab.
Oh, right, that too. No, my birthday. So, can we tell them about the collab?
Yeah, didn't we say we were going to start plugging it? So
let's do it. So we are doing a episode on like right around Thanksgiving, or I mean Halloween, Thanksgiving, Lord, jumping Halloween. That is going to be a bunch of crimes that just happened on Halloween with some podcast friends of ours, and their podcast is What Happens in the Woods.
Yes, Jess and Bryce.
Jess and Bryce are great podcasting friends. They are hilarious. They're a married couple and they are so funny. So go give them a follow. And we're going to be doing an episode with them, which is going to be really fun. So you're going to get 4 great folks telling you stories about crimes that happened on Halloween. And we are super excited about it. You guys are going to love it. They're going to be wild and spooky. So you have to tune into that. Give them a follow, though. They're a great podcast.
True.
Can
I mention
she's
real
like
quick? I do.
Fangirl. I love them too, but she's a real fangirl for Jess and Bryce.
Yes. I really want to mention real quick that I'm super, 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 super excited. Somebody sent us a voice message.
We did get a voice message.
Which we are going to play at the end of this episode. So just, hang tight. Joni sent us a voice message and I loved it. And I was so excited that it came through. It popped up on my screen and Beth texted me like right at the exact same time. We got a voice message.
2020 is complete. And also Joni, just a little fun fact about Joni. She has a Color Street business. She's a very loyal listener of ours and is extremely interactive with us on social media and Facebook. And she has a Color Street nails business. Do you know like the little it's like they're not decals. I don't know. Oh my God. She's probably like, oh my gosh, Beth, you're just marketing me terrible.
Like sticker nail polish. It's not stickers though. It's real nail polish.
It is. It's like gel nail polish. And I will tell you, I ordered some stuff from her and they're so cute. So easy. You can do your nails in like seriously like 5 minutes. And I wore them at the beach and they lasted the entire week when I was at the beach, which is huge for me. I'm very hard on nails. So if you want to find her color,
I can't do it right. Like I don't have enough patience. I need to slow my roll, I think, when I put them on so that they're not bubbly.
Oh, but they're stickers.
I know, but it's like it's just me. I'm not patient. You know me. I don't have time to like sit there and I think they're great. They do look great when I see people that actually use them and do them the right way, not like me. They look great.
They do.
So,
You can get
yeah.
stripes, you can get leopard print, you can get sparkles.
Yeah.
I like them. And you can do your toes. I've not done that yet, but
Yeah.
it's on my list.
Okay.
Send them to me,
Joni.
Joni.
Oh, you're weak. Yeah. So, don't we also want to talk about reviews?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Let's talk about reviews. We really love reviews from you guys. You have been so super sweet on iTunes, like Apple Podcasts, giving us reviews on Facebook, and they are so amazing. So we just want to shout out some reviews, right?
Yeah.
Hi, Christy and Beth. This is Joni from West Virginia. I just wanted to come on and say that as a lover of everything true crime, I enjoy your podcast so much. And also the relatable content for being a mother and the hectic life that brings. I enjoy listening to you guys every week and look forward to it on my drives to work. Serial Killer September has been truly fantastic, and I'm looking forward to the last week and more of your stories to come. Thanks, guys.
So we got one from Jay Janarone in August and says, I love listening to Christy and Beth and their witty banter. I often find myself chiming in with my own reactions as if there's a microphone in my closet too. So fun.
Yeah, shout out. Yes, I have one from Just with an E. I really love that.
Yeah.
It really
know who it
makes me
is.
wonder what their name is. Yeah.
Tell me who
It
you are.
says, I am a podcast snob and I have very specific things that I look for in a podcast to keep me listening. This one hits them all. I'm so happy that they cover stories that others have not overdone, and there's even some I've never heard of. Keep up the good work, ladies. I have already recommended you to my Facebook groups I am involved in and friends that are fans of true crime podcasts. Only bad thing, I binged and now have to wait for episodes.
Oh man, I hate when that happens.
Heart emojis.
And we got one from Twin Mom 28. Love this podcast. These ladies are great to listen to, and you can tell they work hard to get you all the info about the cases they cover. Little heart emoji.
Love it. I have one from Toby's mom. It's great catching up with Christy and Beth weekly. They always pick interesting crimes to discuss, and I enjoy listening to their stories. A great listen while exercising or sipping wine on the back porch.
Yes, perfect.
That's our jam.
Yes. So, hey, keep them coming. Keep them coming if you want, if you're so inclined.
Yep. We really love to hear from you guys, and these super warm our hearts and keep us motivated to keep going. So, yeah. So that's it. Serial Killer September wrap up. We will be back next week with a regular crime story. We'll get back to business.
We don't know what it is yet, but we'll find it.
I think you're on the mic next week, so.
Well, this would have technically been my week. Technically.
Oh, okay. I can pick up what you're throwing down. That's fine.
No, it doesn't matter to me.
Yeah, no, I'm all in. I already got a name, number.
Oh, okay.
All of it. Well, so I'm all in. Yeah. So thank you guys for tuning in. We have had such a great time interacting with you, and please keep it coming. You can find us on all the platforms, all the social media. You know where we are. We'll be back with you next week for another crime story, so stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for more giveaways and a special episode we're coming out with at the end of October. And until then, the world is scary. People suck. Hide in your closet.